about it right now, everything's okay. No matter where you find yourself, no matter what kind of stuff is going on in your life, underneath it all, everything's actually all right. You're okay. You have more power than you might be giving yourself credit for. And if you have something that's going on in your life right now that's challenging, painful, it's just a reminder to take a little bit better care of yourself. Because you're worth it. You can have this feeling anytime you choose.
Test 1 2 3. We are now live on Facebook and YouTube, I believe. See if we can. Let's see if it's up. All right, so we are covering these storms moving through the northwestern Arkansas viewing area. We're going to be keeping a close eye on the chat over the next little bit, but we want to let you know there is a couple of concerning storms making their way into the Fayetteville area and the northwestern Arkansas coverage area. One is in Springdale, the other is in the corridor Prairie Grove, just west of 40. And I do believe that is Highway 16 that it's right over. We do not have a severe thunderstorm warning for Fayetteville quite yet, but we do have one that does include portions of Benton and Washington counties. So because this storm is just about right outside of the original warning box, I do think that there may be an additional warning here issued for portions of Washington and Benton counties, just because these storms are going to be leaving the warning area soon. So we do have a couple of reports coming in off to the side. We're checking some of our chats and social media. We do have one report of 1-inch hail. This was in Decatur, just west of Bentonville, with these storms when they moved through there. If you follow our social media, we were concerned about the storm that was in Siloam Springs. Right now, it doesn't really have any reports out of the Siloam Springs area, thankfully. New special weather statement was just issued for the Springdale and Fayetteville, Arkansas area. Nickel-sized hail is possible and 30 to 40 mile per hour winds. So it looks like they didn't go ahead and issue a new severe thunderstorm warning, but we are seeing that they are giving it a special weather statement. Let's see. So we got that new report coming in. No, that's just they're continuing the severe thunderstorm warning up to the north. And they actually just expired one of the severe thunderstorm warnings, so that's good. We're going to see one of these boxes here drop shortly. If you hear that little ding in the background, that's our chat with the National Weather Service. That's just letting us know automated wind alerts are being issued and wind alerts are being dropped. And it looks like they just went ahead and canceled one of the warnings here. So we're going to watch and see which one of these drops off here shortly. I want to go to our more widespread view and just show you just in the entire northwest Arkansas corridor, we do have a bunch of development with this system. Now, we're not expecting any sort of widespread severe weather this morning. It's just a few of these could be strong to severe. The next ones that would be strong to severe, obviously, when it's just canceled. A setup like this, it's not anything historic, it's not anything widespread. What you usually get is a couple of storms that they will just hit the right environment. They will quickly become severe, within 10 to 15 minutes, and then die off. Shallow thunderstorm. So we have that going on. Some of these may re-strengthen. We have seen like I've mentioned this, when you get a system like this, it'll weaken, but as it pushes further to the east into a better environment, that's when it can quickly push back up to severe limits, and then it will go through that whole recycling phase all over. For the entire viewing area, the Fort Smith area, looking west, there is a few thunderstorms that are quickly popping up. These have small hail cores with them. They're not warned, but it's not going to be surprising to me if we get any of these to start maybe penny to nickel sized hail, frequent lightning at 35-mile-per-hour winds. So that's a look at the entire coverage area. Let's go back to Fayetteville. In our studios, we're hearing loud rain outside right now. Just fired back up. And actually, it looks like outside of our studio, we're getting some hail. I don't know if the microphone can hear it, but it sounds like there's maybe some nickel-sized hail impacting the studio right now. So, penny-sized hail was just reported by trained weather spotter. Just in, I do believe that's that storm just to the either northwest or northeast of Lowell. It doesn't really say where he was looking. So we're getting some of those reports coming in out of Benton that there's some penny to nickel sized hail probably falling up there, not quite severe. So for the Fayetteville area, we're getting heavy rain right now. If you're a student watching and you're on campus, just go ahead and stay inside for the next maybe 10-15 minutes or so. Let's actually check. Here's a look at our hail core tracker, and like we said, this isn't going to be a historic day or anything like that. So these hail cores that we're getting, they're not going to be your tremendous spring type hail cores with baseballs or anything like that. These are going to be nickel, penny, and occasionally quarter-sized hail. In order for a storm to be considered severe, you need winds of excess of 58 miles an hour and hail around the size of quarters or larger, so that's 1 inch in diameter. So far, we've had a few reports of 1 inch hail that was near Decatur earlier. Let's see, something else coming in here. Not a whole lot on the wire, so that's some good news. But like we said, this isn't going to be a widespread severe weather event. This isn't anything significant. You're going to get a few of these storms kind of forming along this this complex or line that's developing. And because there's a good environment ahead of these storms that's favorable for intensification, you're going to get these pockets within this line where it quickly pulsates to around severe levels. It'll last for maybe 10 minutes or so, and then it will quickly die off. That's what we've seen with this storm in particular near Fayetteville over the last couple of scans. Is it quickly strengthened, it was warned, and then it died off, and now it looks like maybe it's trying to get its act back together as it makes its way further to the east of Fayetteville. Right now in Fayetteville, heavy rain is occurring in downtown. I can tell you in our studios near campus that it is also heavy raining, and I still hear the occasional small hailstone on the roof, and I looked out just a second ago. I'm going to guess maybe penny to nickel size, so nothing severe. But if you're walking, I'm sure that's going to catch you off guard. Also, you should be inside just because there is some lightning with this as well. So just wait for the storm to pass and then you should be fine. Further up the line, Springdale, not quite heavy rain yet from the second area. You did have some heavy rain just a second ago with this little red circle that is just leaving your area, but more rain is on the way. Cave Springs, you're about to get some small hail, maybe even some very heavy rain temporarily. And then as we make our way further to the north, Bentonville's about to get another rain shower. Not sure how to pronounce that one. Larue, and then War Eagle. Maybe some small hail falling in those areas, as well as very heavy rain. So that's a look at what we got going on to the north. Let's go south of Fayetteville for our viewers near Greenland, West Fork, Prairie Grove, and Brentwood, Dutch Mills. Dutch Mills, just some moderate rainfall right now and some lightning. Prairie Grove, maybe some small hail because we're seeing those pinks on the radar, but nothing severe. I'm talking with this one, penny size or smaller. Same with this little pocket up here west of Greenland. These are not severe, but it wouldn't surprise me if maybe some 35, 40 mile per hour winds come with some of these. Let's actually check our hail core tracker just to show you. If any of these were to quickly strengthen, it would be the one near Dutch Mills. Penny-sized hail was just reported 3 miles to the east-northeast of Wheeler in Washington County. So that, we'll take a look at that here in just a second. But if any of these storms were to quickly pulsate up, it would be this one near Dutch Mills just because it is showing a better signal on the radar. But right now, nothing severe. Let's go back to that storm where I just mentioned that there was a hail report that just came in that was near the community of Wheeler. And it's not plotting up on here, but it's west of Johnson. Public report that there was 0.75 inch hail, so that's around just around penny, slightly bigger. So we still have hail occurring with this storm, so heads up to Goshen. Not quite Hinesville yet. You do have a storm to your north. It's not producing as much hail as the ones to the south, but just keep alert over the next 30-40 minutes or so as these storms approach. That you may eventually get some small hail this morning just so you're not caught off guard. But for Fayetteville, still seeing these signatures and public reports that there is some small hail occurring in northern Washington County. I want to quickly come back to this one near Dutch Mills. And if you've been watching with us, we said just a little bit ago that if any of these were to be the next one that quickly pulsates up, it would be the one near Dutch Mills, and it still looks like it's strengthening. We have a little more lightning with it. Let's take a look at the hail core tracker. Still there. We're going to be keeping an eye on this one, starting to get those pinks and reflectivity. Also keeping an eye on these storms further to the west. Not quite in northwest Arkansas yet. It is still in Oklahoma near Stillwell, but we'll be watching those. For the Fort Smith viewing area further to the south, right now you're clear, but eventually these storms just along and just west of the border of Oklahoma and Arkansas, these will eventually make their way closer to you the next hour. So this is a look at what's going on with these storms. We went live because we had warnings within the viewing area, but right now there's just not a lot to talk about. Small hail. So if you are in any of our coverage area in northwestern Arkansas from Huntsville, Berryville, Bentonville, Fayetteville, the same goes for all of these storms. If it's not warned, there is the potential for maybe some penny to nickel-sized hail and winds of 35 to 40 miles an hour over the next little bit. If any of these were to pulsate back up to severe levels, the max hail size would be around quarter, and then we would be expecting some winds of 58 miles an hour or greater. So this isn't any sort of historic outbreak or anything like that. This is just one of those setups where there's a marginal threat in place across the area, and if any of these storms taps into just the right amount of instability, it'll quickly become severe. It will be warned for just a little bit, and then it will die off. So, and right before I go, let's see, we have some new information coming in from the Storm Prediction Center. So no warnings yet. We'll take a look at what the Storm Prediction Center's saying. If anything, this would be, if they are considering a watch, it would be for areas further to the east where there's a greater environment for instability. Not quite the Fayetteville area, because once these storms leave, it's pretty much over for the viewing area. So we're going to get through this batch of storms, and then we should be relatively clear the rest of the day. So we'll be taking a look at what the Storm Prediction Center just sent out. But for now, we're going to go ahead and end this broadcast, and we hope that you have a good day. If anything changes, we'll be right back.